Here's our featured matchup. We get it started right out of the get-go. Brought to you by Rudis. 18-2, Antrell Taylor's got himself up to number 4 in the country, the sophomore, against the other sophomore, Joey Blaze, with the number 7 next to his name. A couple of guys that know how to score, a bunch of tech falls and falls throughout the year.
All right, man, shake hands.
We get underway with a top 10 battle to get us started.
Really nice low shot right off the whistle by Blaze. Got in there, didn't take any time at all. It's really nice. Now he's got to do the same thing for a finish here. Every second counts, but boy, 1/4 of a second, he was in on that leg. Antrell Taylor has such great balance. He can stand there all day bouncing up on and down on that leg. But what Blaze would like to do is kick down, drop on the legs, and get the first 3 points of the match.
Blaze here trying to pull him back to the center. And now using that edge of the bat, trying to get the first points of today's match.
Taylor really comfortable here. He doesn't. He thinks that he's in a good position here because you're at the edge. He slipped last time when he was trying to kick out himself, but
if you're Taylor, how much does this take out of you up on one leg for a minute?
You know, it depends, but I think that Taylor's very used to it. I think he's really athletic, so I think it's probably in his wheelhouse to be able to defend in that point. But right now he's got to think, hey, I can't let Blaze in on that leg like I did last time.
Taylor, the NCAA All-American, was at 165 last year, down here to 157, 8th at the NCAA Championships, 5th at the Big Ten Championships for the Nebraska Cornhusker.
Hands, let's keep them clean, both of you. Come on.
Jaron Quincy, the head official, just says, you know, keep your hands clean and let's not make this a boxing match. But Taylor, you know, he likes to, you know, wrestle from free, from space there. And so that's what Blaze knew, and he shot in before Taylor had an opportunity to back up. Taylor likes to back up before he goes forward.
Blaze is go, go, go. The NCAA qualifier from a year ago had 7 takedowns in his most recent match against Maryland's Kevin Short. That was the most by a Boilermaker in a single match all season long. He is relentless with that offense and trying to be the first to score here.
Wrestle center.
Again, these two using the edge of the bat.
They were out.
And we'll send it back to the center with a minute 09 still left to go with the first.
Keep the action out here, guys. Let's go.
Both these guys in the top 10 of their weight class. Of course, Tyler Kasak, the top-ranked wrestler at 157 from Penn State. And Ja'Cory Teamer going later today against Oklahoma State, the Hawkeye at 157. He's up there as well. But Taylor, he's right there looking at, you know, a third seed, second or third seed for the Big Tens. Oh, nice little throw by, but good reaction by Blaze. This is hot right now. So he catches the underhook, drives through, but a nice bounce. You know, Blaze really anticipated that, and so was ready for the roll through immediately as he hit his butt.
Wrestle center.
There's a look at, like Tim said, 157, a whole bunch of Big Ten folks up and down there. Tyler Kasak, the top guy right now at 157.
Yeah, and you see how many Big Ten guys are in there. Ethan Miller from Maryland and Tommy Askey from Minnesota. You got 8 of top 10 at 157. So it's probably the most top-heavy weight class in the Big Ten. 8 out of the top 10 in the nation are from the Big Ten.
No score through that first period for either of these two. A lot of encouragement from Coach Mark Manning, the Dean of Big Ten Coaches, who's been there for 25 seasons here now. Had a big-time win last week, 39-2, and that's against a top 25 opponent, number 21, Indiana, last week.
Yeah, Mark Manning, a tremendous leader in the sport. He was at Northern Iowa for 3 years as the head coach before he went to Nebraska. And as I've talked about before, he's had a lot to do with USA's success internationally in the Olympics and Worlds. He's you know, on that staff helping Bill Zadig and Joe Russell for USA Wrestling. And just a great leader in the sport.
So Blaze was able to get up and out in just 7 seconds.
Blaze looking to close the gap. He wants to get in there, get a 2-on-1, wrestle in from tight. You know, kind of saying more of a phone booth. Get in the phone booth with him, but Taylor doesn't want to. He wants to. He likes to be free, as I said, and he's very explosive. He's got shots mainly from distance, and he can move just like that.
You know, Tim, you mentioned 8 of the top 10 of this weight class are in the Big Ten. How big can this match have for seeding here in a couple of weeks for the Big Ten Championship?
It'll have seeding from a standpoint of the Big Ten Championships, but the reality is both these guys are headed to the NCAAs and will have the opportunity to get on the podium because, you know, those 8, they're all going to qualify one way or another.
Great. Action there. Center.
Back to the center, these two will go. Look of Tony Ursuline, the head coach for Purdue. His 11th season, 10 dual wins this year, on to double digits. We talked about it in the Open, first time in the last couple of years. Long-time assistant of Coach Mark Manning over there for Nebraska, so a real tie between these two programs.
Yeah, one of my favorite guys. Of course, he was part of the record-setting Iowa team in 1997. Dan Gable's last year as a head coach in Humboldt, Iowa. Native and part of the Humboldt Hall of Fame. Humboldt, Iowa is also Kevin Dresser, the head coach at Iowa State's hometown, and they had a meet in the Humboldt Gymnasium a couple of years ago between Iowa State and Purdue.
That's so cool. Back to the roots. Late here in this second period, so Blaze has the escape. Working on the edge of the mat there. And Blaze wants the brick to be thrown. Antrell Taylor is saying he had something, he was poked in his eye.
Yeah. Right here, guys.
And the officials in the first match are going to go to the video.
Yeah, this will have a lot to do with time. I mean, right there. And so Taylor got poked. And from Ursuline's standpoint, I would say, I mean, I'd be asking for that too. I mean, I would think that they're going to look at it as an official's review and not make him throw the brick.
Yeah. Which is a good take because Ron Quincy, you could see he looked over to J.R. Johnson, the second official, and wanted some clarity. Yeah. The officials are going to go over and review themselves.
Call, the mat stands. There was no takedown.
Yeah. No takedown.
So, you know, it has to do, they looked at the clock and it happened after they went to zeros.
Bottom.
All right, so no takedown of this. We go to the third, and this time Taylor will go down. Remember, it was Blaze who got out in just 7 seconds.
You're set. Green. Off easy. Green, you got to stop in the belly. You can't go all the way around. Caution's green.
Caution here for Joey Blaze. Reached around a little bit too far. That bottom hand.
Set.
You get 2 cautions before they ding you for a point on the third caution, so that's 1 for Blaze, and there's out on their feet. This is going to be settled by a takedown, kind of the way it was drawn up.
Funny how it goes. Just Joey Blaze had 7 takedowns in his most recent match. Here it will take just 1 to get the job done.
Out of Perrysburg, Ohio, Joey Blaze was the Dave Schultz Excellence Award for the entire state of Ohio. It's a great honor, and there's a national Dave Schultz Executive or Excellence Award. He was the state recipient. Of course, his brother Marcus Blaze, the #1 recruit in 2025, committed to Penn State, and so next year, Joy, his brother, will be at Penn State. They'll both be in the Big Ten.
That'll be a fun duel for the Blaze family.
Well, you know, I don't know. Yeah, or not. Yeah.
Top 10 battle here in the Big Ten. These two both got up and out in a hurry, out of the bottom spot.
Well, that's where Taylor wants to be. He wants to dig in for that underhook. You saw him when he threw him by at the edge, and Blaze was able to bounce and anticipate a get and get out.
Taylor was so quick, up and out of this bottom spot.
Yeah, did a nice job of getting up with hand control. Blaze knew he wasn't going to ride him for any significant amount of time, and so it's going to be won or lost on the feet. 30 seconds left in the regulation. And if it stays like this, we'll go to in our first match with our first sudden victory.
There we go. Get it started right. 2 minutes would be put on the clock in sudden victory, and the first wrestler to score would be the winner. But here, Taylor's in on the leg.
Taylor's in on the leg. Now he's got a body lock, and he's able to anticipate the roll and get the 3 points with 8 seconds left. Great job of getting into a wrestling position and then anticipating on the way down. Kind of like a sandbag, he came down. Really nice.
Antrell Taylor goes ahead and attacks right at the right time. Takes the win by decision at 157 in the final couple of seconds.
Taylor pulled